Hey guys, it's the Vulcan Wolverine again, and I was making another video, and I'm not sure some of you guys might not know about it because I don't know if you see videos in what order you see them in, but it cut off because I'm making so many videos, because at this point in time the guy, he's very sure that he has me or something like that, and so he's really laying it on. Like, I had a car next to me honking at me and like trying to come over close to me to, I guess, scare me. Like, I mean, he's got some people who are really involved in this. Like, I'm seeing one light cars, I'm seeing no light cars. It's crazy, and it's raining and it's dark today. So but I was making the video and it cut off at like 35 minutes, so I guess I'm gonna make a part 2 for it. And also I was trying to catch some of the lights that he gets to turn orange. He gets to turn orange, then red. Usually I'll just pass through them because they don't get it timed right. But sometimes they actually do. They'll turn it red. When I'm about 10 yards in front of the light or 20 yards in front of the light, so I can't speed up and get past it. But I wanted to try. Like, today he's really I think he's telling people that he's got me like on the ropes, and so he needs their help. And so a lot of people, my jaw is dropping to the floor. I had no idea that this many people would be involved in something so stupid yet so dangerous. I had no clue. And he's got 2 city police cars to caravan me today. Something I did must be enough for him to get them to help him. I'm not sure what I did. Like, I was screaming earlier today in my house. I was like, and I'm a dark lord, and I'm gonna just kill everybody in their homes. Screw America, and I can get good people confused and trap them so they can't do anything. And all the bad people will know exactly what to do and exactly how to lie and exactly how to kill. I was like doing it in my dog's face, and she was like having fun. No lights right there. I'm calling it no lights, because these are cars that are driving around in the dark rain, just on the main street. This is the main street by my house. One light right there. Running lights on. I'm not sure if I'm getting these cars on camera. I think I'm probably maybe getting some of them. That is the same white car that I've seen driving up and down this street this morning. No lights on a pizza car. I don't know about that. I don't know about any of this. Like, no lights on a car right there, gray car. If there are this many people, one light on that red car. I saw it earlier driving down the same street, and he's actually getting people to like drive behind me and honk at me and stuff. There are people who are like that, I guess, aggressive, and they just think that I'm totally insane, so they can do whatever they want. And he's trying to make me just look paranoid, probably. He probably thinks that I'll make this video and just look really paranoid so he doesn't care. I'm going to go before you. I'm not sure what else they do, because I'm not crazy or paranoid, so I don't look out for it. Running lights on that car right there, a nice car. Why would they just have their if they had just had their running lights on? That would mean, one light right there. There's so many of them. Y'all tell me what this is about. Like, if this many people could be involved in something like this, or if this is just people. Tell me, because the percentage of people with broken lights in the city right now, just on this main street, is just so high. Look, orange light right when I'm driving up to it. Right when I'm driving up, he got it. They get it, and he probably just thinks that I'm making myself look crazy. But a lot of you targeted individuals, you know about this stuff, and he's probably telling people that he's got me close to where they want me now. I'm public enemy number 1. I don't know how many targeted individuals there are in this city. Look, no lights on 3 of those cars driving up to that light. No lights on a group of cars. a group of cars. People do this in a group. It's like a group activity to chase and harass and stalk people and try and make them paranoid. One light on that white car. I hope y'all can see this. I hope I'm getting it. No lights on that nice black car. No lights. Y'all tell me the percent, and then I get off on another street other than this main street where people are driving. They're driving back and forth. I'm seeing a lot of these cars more than once. Black car, no lights. I wonder if they think this kind of activity, me making this video, is like, we've got him. He's acting crazy. And now we can just make him, oh, wow. I never had any, I don't know how they would, who would be involved in this, how they'd be like, they must tell them something. They must not know about the microwave weaponry. They must think it's just some kind of psychological thing, and they tell people just what they need to know, you know, to get involved on this kind of level. You guys tell me if I'm just being paranoid. Yeah, I just started noticing it a lot this morning. Because I did something that's made him think that he's almost got me. Look, white van, no lights. White work van, no lights. AAJS Plumbing Company, no lights on 2 of those cars right there. No lights on this car coming by, no lights. They covered their face, covering the side of their face. Whenever I come by, they cover the side of their face. That's against the window. Running lights on this truck right here. I hope y'all can see this. Running lights. And this is the main street by my house, and it's pretty big now. Like with me, like I'm a targeted individual in this city, and I'm not sure if they even have another targeted individual in this city to do this to. So you know, a lot of these people, they're just like, they just want to, you know, screw around with a targeted individual. It doesn't matter who it is, and I may be the only one in this city, so I'm all they got, you know. So a lot of them are like, hey, how can I participate, or whatever. And it's raining very, very hard, very hard, and I'm seeing people with no lights. And like I mentioned earlier, you know, you learn that in driving school, to turn on your lights so other people can see you in the rain. And if this many people are being irresponsible, no lights on the white van right there. I've seen that van drive up and down the street like twice. No lights on this Suburban, this nice Suburban right there. No lights. Watch, and I'll get out on this main street. This is a main street that's not the one by my house. Oh, lights turn. It just turned green, then just turned orange. Yeah, they think they've got me or something. They think I'm like running around crazy. Or they'll try and just make it that way. He doesn't care if it's really true. He'll make it that way so he can get help. No lights on this work vehicle right here. It's right by, no lights, just running lights. A lot of these cars just have their running lights on because it's raining very hard. It's very dark. So a lot of these people probably want to participate. This light just turned orange right when I'm driving up to it. He's doing exactly what I want him to do. No lights on that white car. He's keeping it going. Even though I'm videotaping it, he's keeping it going because he's like, he'll just look like an idiot anyway. On this main street, not seeing as many no lights. Not seeing any on this main street. So he's getting people to go up and down that street by my house. Like he's just getting people to go up and down that street. And it's easy to organize that. They're not all over the city. It's that main street. Hey, he's like, hey, come to this street that runs, you know, like across the street that I live on. What I want to do, and I've heard this, and I think it's true, is I want to try and get a lot of these people's faces on tape because they hate that. And I've seen that they're covering their face. A lot of these people involved, they'll cover their face by the window like this. I've seen 3 of them do that. I just want to do it for a while on this video. I have another video about 30 minutes long, but it cut off because I have so many videos coming up the pike. And I went home and I downloaded what I had onto my computer real quick. to try and get back out here. I mean, he had a car behind me, and I was just driving normal, and he had a truck. I don't see any out on these main streets. On these different streets, I don't see any. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna try and get back on. I don't see any on these different streets, other than that main street next to my house. Oh, no, everybody's lights on. Everybody's lights are on and working perfectly on these streets that aren't that main street that runs by my neighborhood. And if somebody doesn't know about this stuff, you'll think I'm acting very paranoid right now. People that do know about this stuff, you'll know that what I'm talking about. I'm surprised about how many people are involved. But I think right now he thinks he's got me in some position, where, okay, here's a van, one light on. I think the one light means something to him. I'm not sure what it means, but the one light means something. And he hasn't got, I haven't seen no lights on that gray car right there. No lights. This is not a street near, well, it's a little bit near the main street that runs by my neighborhood. It's kind of close. Y'all tell me though, I'm just doing it because I've seen a lot of them today. I started seeing a lot of them. So no lights on that white truck, just the running lights. Just the running lights on that white truck. Coming down a street it's connected to one street that runs to that main street by my neighborhood. No lights on that Mercedes, that white Mercedes, just the running lights. A lot of these cars just have the running lights on. Like I said earlier, it's maybe people that want to participate that don't want to completely be unsafe. So they're turning their running lights on. I have my lights on completely. I couldn't. People have to be able to see you in the rain. And I think he's going to keep doing it. I think he's going to keep doing this stuff. He's like, we got to, like, I'm hearing him on the microwave hearing. He's like, we got to do it. We've got to keep doing it. So he thinks that me doing the video of it, I mean, I'm catering to targeted individuals. Like, I'm doing this video for all you target. You know exactly what this kind of crap is. And he thinks that it's going to make me look bad or something. My target audience is targeted individuals, That's funny, my targeted audience is targeted individuals. He thinks I'm going to put it out on YouTube and I'm going to look crazy. But all you guys have experienced this stuff. He's doing it heavy. He really does. He thinks he has me, like, to where he's almost got me out or something. He's not even close. Man, it's coming down. And the cops today, the two city cops that I saw, they slowed down when they got by me. They slowed down. I was thinking they'd pull me over for using my car phone. I mean my smartphone. They'd be like, hey, you can't use a phone in your car while you're driving. I've seen them do that to people just like me who are trying to get it on tape. Cars trying to serve. No, these cars, they're trying to harass. They're just trying to harass with that little oomph. And it gives him a little bit of oomph. I haven't seen any lights off on these streets away from that main street, not one. I saw one van with its lights off on these main streets. And he's shooting ELF at me at the same time. So he thinks he's like, tearing up my head and making me paranoid at the same time that these people, no lights on that gray car right there. This is right near the main street. I'm starting to see him again. No lights on that white truck that I just saw on the main. No lights on that car that I've seen twice coming down my main street. And this is the street. This is very, very close. I'm getting close to my main street that I live off of. Y'all watch this. See how many people have their lights off. How does he? This is what I want to know. Like, how does he have them on the phone? Is he calling them all on the phone? Do they have an IM network? No lights on that pizza truck car that I've seen 3 times coming down the main street. I think it's an IM thing. I think they have something on the computer where he can IM people. This car behind me, I've pulled over because there's like a puddle I'm going through, and it's honking at me. This car's honking at me going by there. She's honking at me because I pulled out of that mess. I pulled out of that flood. He's flipping me off. Flipping me off. There's a huge flood, and I was trying to get out of the way, and he's honking at me and flipping me off. I don't know if he's involved. It could just be a regular guy, and he's like, I'm gonna flip him off. He's getting in my way. No lights on that white car right there. This is the main street. This is the main street right by my house. So I start seeing a lot on this street, and it's easy to organize. No lights on the white car waiting at the light right there. I've seen that car probably 2 times coming up and down this street. No lights on it. There's a city police cop car right behind it waiting at this light on my main street. He's apparently convinced some police to keep doing it. This is the main street, so we'll see. No lights right there, right when I got on the main street on that gray car that I've seen twice. Wow, I'm just excited. Like, I'm not scared, or I'm just excited. This is gang stalking. I mean, this is gang stalking. I'm seeing it. No lights on that white car, just the running lights on the main street. Tons of them. And on the microwave hearing, they're like, he's got to go. We've got to do this. Like, they're crazy. Okay, no lights. I'm starting to see a lot of them on this main street. No lights on that white car that I have seen about 4 times coming up and down the street. The more I do it, I think they'll keep doing it. There's that red car with one light off and just the running lights. I've seen that car 3 times on this main street. He's now on the microwave hearing, he's going, turn up the ELF. There's a no lights white car, 1 light on. This is exciting. I'm going to report this. And there's also, Channel 2 has a private investigation team, and they're like, oh, we investigate crimes that nobody can solve and blah, blah, blah. I think I'm going to contact a news organization, some investigative team, and I've seen news stories about gang stalking where they actually do, you know, they don't really have any proof or anything, but they just listen to what the people are saying, and I'm going to try and get on one of those, you know. I'm going to try and get on a news story like that. City police right there. Another city police car right there. On the microwave hearing, they're like, turn it up. They're turning up the ELF. And they're like, he's got to go. He's got to go now. We have to do this. We have no choice. Just the running lights on this gray car right here. This is exciting. This guy thinks he has me, like, at the end. And he is doing some bold stuff. He's bold. He's aggressive. He's, like, militant. He's ex-military, so he's using military training. And he's very bold. He's like, I don't care. Like, I'll hear his wife go, stop, blah, blah, you know. And he's like, I don't care. I don't care. He's like, he doesn't care if I record all this. Look at this. City police with their lights on. Coming down. You think that's for me, or you think they're going somewhere? 2 cops. 2 of them. 2. That's interesting. I saw that like maybe once before. Yeah, oh look, another one. Coming down, this is my main street with their lights on. Everybody get out of the way. Are they going to save somebody, or is this some kind of gang stalking? Lights off on this truck. Maybe he'll get completely bold. He doesn't realize I'm making these videos for targeted individuals. He thinks I'm just putting this out like where people will be like, oh, this guy's crazy. Like he really thinks he's got me or something. I'm excited. This is exciting. This is gang stalking. This is police involved in it. He's saying he's got to go on the microwave hearing. Look, lights off on the gray car. I've seen like 3 times on the street. Did you see those cops doing that? They could have been going to save somebody's life. I don't know. I'm just showing you, and I'm driving up and down this street, and I'm going to keep doing it. Let's see, I'm at 20 minutes. I'll keep doing it for like as long as this lasts. I have a good battery going on. Look, another city cop. Are they all going to the same place? Is there an accident maybe? Look, orange light. City police. Orange light just changed. One light van. Crazy. How many people are involved in this, and what is he telling them? I think they have something on the internet, like an IM network, where if something's going on and he thinks he's got me, he sends out an IM to all these people, and they're connected by computer, by IM message or something like that. That's the problem with technology. It can get people organized in this like ritual abuse, organized gang stalking thing. I think that's what he does. Because all these people, there's no way that he could call them on a phone and get this organized. He couldn't. He couldn't do that. That's what they're doing. It's some sort of IM red light with cars off. Red, perfectly looking car with no problems on it. It's all on this main street. I'm seeing people with no lights. I get off of this main street. I don't see any. Look, gray car I've seen 3 or 4 times running up and down this street with lights off. Let's see if this guy behind me, no, he has lights on. Okay, lights off on this car with one light, with one running light. Could be broken, I don't know. I'm gonna go a little bit further than I've been going up the street and see if it's still going on. Did you see all those cops though? It was 5 cops with their sirens on. There may have been a wreck. There may have been a wreck, and they may be going to the wreck, but it's on the main street right on my house, and I've seen 5, 6, 7, 8 city police and 1 sheriff's car while I've been driving up and down it. And now I'm driving up and down it, so he's had a lot of time to, like, I guess, send out the message whatever way he's doing. And I think he doesn't care that I'm videotaping it. He's more worried about getting people involved. He's more worried about getting a lot of people involved, because if he can get a lot of people involved, it's like, they'll maybe stay involved. They'll maybe keep, hey, can I help you do it? If he gets other people involved. So, yeah, to get this many people, if so, like, I'm seeing it and I'm like, yeah, this is probably him, because he's doing some big stuff, He's got some city police connections, and he's got military connections, definitely. So I guess it's from like an IM network. Like he has something networked on his computer. God knows he's tapped into my computer. He's tapped into it. Look, running lights on a gray car that I've seen 6 or 7 times. I think they're just bold. They don't care that I'm videotaping it or trying to videotape it. They think it's just going to make me look even crazier. I'm excited. This is exciting. I've never noticed this stuff in the organized gang stalking. And it's like a dangerous day to do it. It's rainy. And this person has gotten into a wreck. They've gotten into a wreck. I don't think they're involved in my stuff. I think they've gotten into a wreck or whatever. Or she's got a tire out. That has nothing to do with me, though. I don't know, these guys with no lights on may have nothing to do with me either. But it's just on my main street. Look at that white car. I hope I'm videotaping this. Right at the light, no lights. I'm just seeing it on the main street by my neighborhood, not any other streets adjacent to it or parallel to it. I think this guy, he's not worried about me videotaping. He's worried about getting people involved. Look, just the running lights on that red car I've seen 4 times on the street. Because if he can get people involved today, just doing this little car light thing or whatever, then he can have them kind of on his list of people to help. So he builds it. No lights on that car. No lights. Oh, I just saw them going the other way. Gray car, no lights. I hope you can see it. Gray car, no lights on. This is on my main street by my house. He's gotten two cars to aggressively. He got one behind me, honking the horn, and like I was just driving normal. I was just driving straight, and then he got another one. No lights on that van right there. No lights, just on my main street. And he got another car to actually, like the guy was like looking at me and then like doing his wheel. Like driving over to try and drive me off the road or something. No lights on this work truck right here. No lights. No lights on this white car right behind him. I've seen him 5 times. going up and down the street just now. I'll keep doing it. I'll keep the video on. This is exciting. This is very exciting. This is proof. This is proof, guys. I'm going on other streets. I see everybody with their lights on. This is exciting for me. I want proof. I want to get proof. Look, no one light, no lights on the white car. I've seen that white car 4 or 5 times coming down this same street. No lights, just on this street. Just on this street, many people with no lights. It had no lights on that car. It has to be like an IM network. No lights on that gray car right there that I've seen a couple of times going up and down the street. They're probably going to keep doing it. They think that no, one light on that red Mercedes I've seen twice. Sheriff, no, Sheriff of Natchitoches. Natchitoches. No lights on that car. That's why I've noticed a lot of sheriff's cars from other counties driving around my neighborhood. No lights on that car I've seen twice now. Just on the main street, no lights on this brown car, no lights. No lights on this green car. No lights on this next car. How many people can he get involved and how do they do this? Okay, I'm starting to kind of figure it out. It's not a phone. He's not calling people. He's using technology to send a message out. They're using IM stuff. And an orange light, red light, driving up to it. Could just be a regular red light. They do this all the time to me, though. It's kind of dark on my phone. I wonder if the battery's going out. Hope you guys can see this stuff. This is just on my main street. I'm seeing the cars. And what he'll do is he'll get people just to drive up and down them. He actually got 2 people really aggressive who were trying to run me off the road, actually. Like, one person that honked behind me, and then another person was like trying to run, like trying to make it look no lights on that just the running lights on that blue car. A lot of the cars that I see that I think are involved, they have really, really heavy tint in their windows, because they're that type of people. They're involved in this like all over the city, maybe with other targeted individuals. So they tint their windows a lot so that you can't get them on tape. You can't see them. That's how they do things. You can't see them. They're in the dark and they're attacking. That's how these people work. This is exciting. This is exciting. Look, no lights. No, one light. One light on that perfectly good looking car that doesn't have any problems. Y'all tell me. I mean, on my main street, there seems to be a big percentage of people without lights or one light. Then I get on other streets in the city and there are none. Maybe 1 or 2. I'll see. Y'all tell me. Coming up to a street light, the arrows are turning orange right when I'm going up. This car is stopping in front of me with nobody in front of them stopping. Virginia license plate. Nope, green light. They couldn't get to this one. Just turned orange right when I'm driving under it. They're trying to get to him. No lights on 1, 2. I hope you're seeing these cars. I've seen that van a couple of times. I've seen that car a couple of times driving up and down the street. It's just a couple of cars. What it is it's just a couple of cars driving up and down the street. So, but you see them. If I'm driving up and down the street, I'll see them, and I won't connect that it's the same kind. It's the same cars. That car, Mercedes, or no, it's not a Mercedes. No lights. Like, this is the main street, and I'm just no lights, no lights, no lights, no lights. One light, one light. I go onto another street, and I couldn't even point the camera, because on the other streets everybody has all their lights on. He's doing it, and he's doing it in my face, and he doesn't care that I'm recording it. He doesn't think that it's gonna matter. He's like, I don't care. I hear him on the microwave here, and he's like, I don't care. Here's a white truck, just the running lights. I want to get some of these people, like, get their faces on tape. He's like, I don't care on the microwave hearing. Look, gray car right there. No lights on the... Dude, it's 3 cars in a row. 3 cars in a row, no lights. Everybody has their lights on in the rain. I'm just going to drive back down the street. I'm just going to keep on doing it. I'm at 30 minutes now. There's men and women involved in this. Race doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. There are all kinds of people that want to psychologically harass people and be involved in it. There's tons of people who want to be involved. And this guy's ex-military, so he's like, oh, I'm military, so, you know, he can convince people that he's good and I'm bad. Like, he's an evil guy. Look, one light on. Is this the same? Yeah, I've seen that car. I've seen that car twice. One light. It's on the main street by my house. Just on the main street by my house is it occurring. One guy was trying to run me off the road. Like, I wasn't doing anything. No lights on this nice white truck right here. I hope you can see it. This work truck right here, no lights. Light turned orange right when I'm driving up to it. Light turns red right when I'm driving up to it. I'm just driving up to it. Can you see it? I think there are a lot of people, but I'm just trying to figure out how they get organized. They get organized. Well, there's technology like IM and you know, instant message and email and stuff like that. And I wonder how he hides it though, because he could get into a lot of trouble, you know, for trying to organize this stuff. This is crazy. This is like living in like communist China or Russia or something like that, where a lot of people, there's the mob. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and move to another state probably eventually. They are going to chase me out of here. Because it's just, it's like, it's degrading my life. I have low quality of life. I'm mutilated and tortured every night. And there are people that are involved in this who are just there. Yeah, let's get him. I'll hear him on the mic. Let's get him. We've got him, you know? Like they're working with the military. Like they are fighting an enemy combatant. I feel the ELF along the sides of my head. He's not getting it great, but it is. It stings. It'll start stinging the sides of my head and the nerves. It feels like your nervous system is kind of being burned or microwave, like, because it is a microwave. There's car, just running lights. The white car I've seen about 4 times. Like, he thinks that I'm gonna get I'm excited. Like, I'm kind of a journalist. I took journalism in college. Look, no lights on that. Like, I'm a writer, but I'm not really a journalist. I'm a fantasy writer, but I'm not a journalist, but maybe I should become one. I have a great story to tell right here. This is a lot of people being organized. I'm wondering, do they have jobs? Like, I mean, because they're just doing this all throughout the day. Look, just the running lights. He just pulled out of a street that I'm coming up to. This blue car. I've seen him about 4 times. No lights on the car right behind him. I've seen that car 3 times down the same street. It's all the same cars. It's all the same cars. He's got about 10 to 20 cars. 10 to 20 cars. No lights on this car. No lights on this red car I've seen 3 times on the same street. I'll keep going up and down it as long as I can to try and get no lights on this car that I've seen 4 times. No lights. It's the same cars. I'm starting to see the same cars. This is exciting for me. I want to put this right up on my YouTube channel. This is insane. I mean, they're taking one person and trying to make them just have a low quality of life while they torture and mutilate them, and he's controlling the information. You know, he's putting out propaganda. There's one light on that white car that I've seen with no lights most of the time, but they just did a 1 light thing on that same white car. I've seen it 4 times. No lights, just the running lights. Just running lights. Just running lights right behind them. In a group of cars, just running lights. I hope I'm getting this on tape. I hope that, because it was like 2 cars in a row with just their running lights. No lights on this car. They're turning right when they see me. Right when they see me coming down. It's a African-American man in his car. His brown car that I've seen 3 times on the same street. And I think, I mean, well, they have, You know, a lot of houses around me involved, so probably those people get who they know. Sheriff's car at a light that I'm at. Sheriff's car. No lights on this car. Right, this light. No lights. Let's get their face. It's a woman. Maybe she just forgot to turn off her lights. No lights on this Dodge right there. Look, I'm driving down my street and I keep saying no lights, no lights, no lights. I get off on another street, I don't say it at all. I don't see anything on other streets. No, just running lights on that gray van. Light turned orange right when I'm getting up to it. No lights on a car coming to the light. I'm trying to figure out how this stuff is organized. I know it's going on. No lights with the gray car with LSU on it. This is maybe a game to them, like a game show or some kind of video game. You know, and they've got an American citizen driving around or running around. No lights on a car coming up to me. I'm going to try and get them on video. No lights on her smoking a cigarette. Just her running lights. She may not be involved, though. Lady may not be involved. No lights on this brown car. I've seen that car 3 times on the same street. I guess they think they have me or something. No lights on that red car. I've seen it 3 times on the street. And they're usually driving out on the streets directly connected to the main street on my neighborhood. No lights on this car that I've seen 3 times. Driving up and down just this street. There's no way all these people could be getting money or anything. They just do it for fun, I think. They like kind of being involved in something like this. I'm kind of scared that they're gonna, try and run me off the road, or somebody's gonna hit me in the back, and get me into a wreck or something like that. He does. He thinks he has me on the ropes. This guy thinks he has me. I've seen that the Paris truck about 3 times on the street, but he has his lights on, so I don't think that's anything. Wow. I mean, I think a lot of the trucks, like this guy has his lights on, his little sirens on. That may have nothing to do with me. But I think a lot of the, pest control and cars with stuff on their sides, they don't need to do anything with their lights, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to just have something. No lights on this gray car. I've seen him 4 times on the street. It's an older white gentleman. I think a lot of the pest control and stuff like that, I'm going to get his face on camera. No lights on. And these could just be people with no lights, but I go on other streets, everybody has their lights on. It's a rainy day and everybody has their lights on. I'm seeing the same cars on this my main street next to my neighbor. I'm seeing the same cars over and over. I didn't at first. At first I just saw a bunch of different cars. No running lights on that car I've seen 3 times. It's an African American woman. See, this gang stalking thing, it crosses all these cultural, and no lights on this car, no lights on that car, no lights on this white car I've seen a bunch of times. No lights, no lights, no lights. No lights on this gray van that I've seen 3 times now on this street. Tinted windows. Tinted windows. These people who are involved in this, they tint their windows, they hide. That's how they do it. This is exciting. Like, this guy thinks that I'm scared or something. I'm not. Okay, there's another sheriff pulling up to this light. East Baton Rouge. Oh, nope. Blah, 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 sheriff. I don't want to give away where I am, and I just did. Oh, well. Maybe people won't catch it. No lights on that white car. Yeah, on the microwave hearing, they're like, he's fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Like, they're getting all nasty, and now he's hitting it hard. Because I'm getting evidence on him, and I'm just like, I'm getting all this stuff, so he's very scared. Like, he's gonna get in trouble for it. He's got to kind of wipe up. He's got to like murder a bunch of people, like Wet Works or something. Like, he's insane. He's murdering me in my sleep. He's mutilating me in my sleep, and he doesn't give a crap. Some of these unmarked cars I question. Unmarked, SUVs, unmarked SUVs, and unmarked. There's another kind of car. No lights on that white car. I've seen it twice. Running lights on this black car that I've seen 3 times on this street today. I think a lot of these people really have fun doing this. Red light coming up to it. No lights on the gray truck right here. Yeah, on the microwave here, and they're like, we've got to do this. Like, they're excited about it. They're excited that I'm getting evidence because they twist everything that's going on. Car behind me, gray truck that I just saw coming out of there, no lights. See if we can get his face. It's a male. A lot of them are white males that are involved. White males who are kind of country, they're conservative hunter. They like hunting people. It's like they act like they're hunting people. There, that brown car, he had a phone up to the side of his head to hide his face. White car right there, no lights on. He had a phone. It was a black gentleman with a phone up to the side of his face to hide his face. These people are scared about being brought into the light. They really are. They're scared that you're going to get videotape of them or actually prove it. They'll kill to conceal it. This guy's like, I hear him, they're like, we got to do it on the... No lights on that car right there. No lights on that white car. No, I'm just saying, no lights, no lights, no lights, no lights. No lights, just on this main street by my house. No lights, no lights, no lights, no lights. Just keep saying it, I keep seeing it on this main street. No lights on this car that I've now seen driving up and down this street 3 times. He has a handicap thing on his car. No lights on him, tinted windows. Most of them have tinted windows. And they're going to use these actions that I'm videotaping like, he's insane, we've got to do this. They'll lie and just say anything. Red truck without its lights. I want to maybe try and go into a store, because maybe I can, maybe since people are activated out on the streets, they're going to follow me into a store or something. Okay, there's that same car. I've seen him 4 times going up and down this street. No lights. No lights on those 2 cars. Driving side by side. I mean, even the stuff that these guys are really doing for real. No lights. No lights on that car, that gray car. Even stuff they do for real and they screw you over or hurt you. Even then they'll look at what they've done and say, he's crazy, like what they're doing doesn't exist. I mean, that's the whole thing. Because it's like, it's so crazy what they're doing, in the microwave here, and they'll just be like, oh, well, he's crazy. Even though it's something they've really done. No lights on a car that is driving up. He's probably driving up to kind of drive next to me over there. Or maybe not. Maybe he totally has nothing to do with me. Just the running lights on this truck that says Premier South. Yeah, on the microwave here, they're getting worked up. They're like, he's got to go now. He's got to go now, or something like that. It's just crazy talk. There's one light on that same white car. Have you guys seen this before? Have you seen him before? That same white car. Tinted windows. Tinted windows. That is amazing. Why is it just today? Like, usually I don't notice anybody, but today it's raining, I guess. And so, look at that. No lights on that car. I've seen it 5 times now. He's driven up and down the street. It's the same cars. The same cars. I've seen him 5 times. I've seen that car 3 times driving up and down the street. Got to turn the arrows red first before you can turn the main lights red. It's a green light right now. I think it just turned green, so I think we're good on this one. think we are good on this one. I'm just going to get it on video just in case it turns orange right when I'm going past. Nope, that one's good. Wow. It's like IM or email, some kind of intranet communication that they do to get people, and they're in some kind of club, some kind of organized gang stalking club. Hope one of my tires didn't go out. I hit something kind of hard. White car, no lights are on. He has nothing to do with this. Maybe the cars with no lights have nothing to do with it. I'm just recording this, and from the context of what's going on at my house, trying to kind of go by that. It's hot in my car. I want to turn on the AC. No lights on that gray car that I've seen 3 times coming down the same street. These are the same cars. I'm seeing them over and over. No lights on that brown car. No lights on that black car. These could just be people who have not turned on their lights. Some of them could. Some of them could be involved in organized gang stalking. What I'm seeing now is organized gang stalking. I'm more of a victim of electronic harassment and electronic torture. There, look, no lights on that brown car. He's got tinted windows. No lights on the red car right there. Boy, what a waste of time. What are they doing? Okay, here's the gray car. He's opening his window. No lights on him. Or her, it's a her. Just the running lights on that car I've seen 3 times. No lights on this gray truck that I have seen 3 times up and down the street. The same cars driving up and down the street as I drive up and down it. Okay, yeah, that's proof to me. It's the same cars driving up and down the same main street by my neighborhood that I'm doing right now. I guess what he's doing is he's sending out a message saying that I'm going crazy, and that now's the time to kind of get me, and I'm all paranoid. So he's just making up stuff. He just even if what they're doing is not working, he's gonna act like it's working. He's gonna act like he's microwaving my head just right to get me crazy. Whatever Satanists do. Kind of just want to call him Satan himself. This stuff is so dark. Okay, white car I've seen 3 times. No lights. They're just driving up and down the street with me. They're just doing it with me. So we're all just wasting all of our time in the whole day. I don't know what time it is now. I'm not going to turn that on my phone. I'm going to keep this video running. I'm about 50 minutes. I'll let it go for 120 and then I'll stop. No lights on this gray car. Orange light right when I'm driving to it. Didn't get it in time though. Orange light right there. 2 in a row right when I'm driving up to him. They got this one in time. If I'm talking fast, I'm just trying to get it all in. I'm not scared of it or anything like that. But I am engulfed by it. I mean, like it's a whole lot of people. They're not thinking. If this many people are involved in murdering somebody and trashing them or psychologically harassing them, there's no thinking involved anymore. It's just violence. It's a bunch of people doing the wrong thing and they have no idea. Okay, red car that was going the other way with no lights is behind me now. I'm getting that on tape. He was driving the other way just a second ago. Car with 1 light, I've seen her twice. Or him. I don't know. I can't see in the car. In their car. 1 light on her, no, not a Kia. It's crazy. I mean, I can hear him reacting on the microwave hearing to what I'm doing. No lights on the gray car right there. Seen them 3 times. He's trying to make it like now, like what I'm doing now. Okay, gray car and then 3 cars with no lights. Now the rain's starting to slack up, so I could question it. I could question it now. Red van. I could question a lot of it. Who knows? I mean, you guys tell me. I'm just trying to get it on videotape. I know that red car behind me, and then there's another car that I saw going the other way. both going the other way, and now they're both behind me. So a lot of people, they're pretty bold. They think that I'm just insane. I guess they think I'm just videotaping this and not like putting it up anywhere. They're trying to get this light because they have to deal with the arrow first and then the main light. No lights on that black truck right there. Now the rain's kind of slacked up, so I could say no lights on that gray car. You know, it's questionable. Everything they do is questionable. Every action they take is a questionable, hey, we're not doing anything. And then my reaction is a crazy reaction to it. Because that's what they're doing. They're, okay, just the running lights on. The running lights make me really question, because running lights means both of their lights are broken and they've tried to turn on their lights and just the running lights are working. There you go, no lights there. No lights on this car that I've seen 3 times. Yeah, I'll hear them on the microwave hearing a lot of times. They're like, he thinks we're Satan worshipers. We gotta do this. Like, because they're trying to act like because I call them Satan worshipers that I'm crazy and that I'm like some crazy religious guy and I'm gonna do something. They're trying to turn it into that I'm gonna do something physically harmful because I'm calling them Satan worshipers. Like, the psychology of this is just fascinating. It's fascinating. There's the car. It's turned on its lights. It did not have its lights on before. It's just turned with me. It didn't have its lights on before, and it just turned them on. It turned them on when it was following me. The car behind me. Yeah, so you got some people that are bold. They're trying to give the signal that, you know, they're following me, or there are some people who honk their horns behind me. Like, and I wasn't doing it. I was driving just completely normal. White car that I have seen now about 5 times. No lights. It's African American female. This crosses all borders. Organized gang stalking gets everybody involved. White car that I've seen a couple of times, no lights on. Truck that I've seen 3 times. Right there. Turning right when it gets up to me. Black truck that I've seen a couple of times, this lights off. Another truck with lights off. Now the rain has softened, so I would say people are maybe turning off their lights. Now it's not as much proof. White car with lights off. A lot of African American males that I'm seeing. A lot of African American females, white males. Not a lot of white females. It crosses all boundaries. Yeah, I don't see a lot of Caucasian females involved in this stuff. Actually, the ones that I've known, who I've seen that are involved in it, or who are close to it, there's a city police car right there. Seen a couple of them driving up and down the street. Could just be driving up and down the street. I wonder what that is, though. I'm going to figure that out. No lights on the gray car. I've seen them. No lights on that white car. What is the psychology of the Caucasian female that makes them against this? I've seen a majority of Caucasian females, like, involved in this who've actually fought against it. Like, as a rule, almost. As a rule. It's interesting. I've got to study that, because that could help us. That could help us being gang stalked. A lot of them rail against it. Like this guy's wife, she rails against it. Just as he doesn't care about it, she's like constantly trying to get him to stop. It's just within her nature. It's like, it's how she is. Like, they think they can convince her. It's just how, okay, no lights. No lights on these cars. No lights on that white car. I've seen her. Okay, seen that guy. That's a white male driving up and down the street. Just the running lights on this car. No lights on the black car. It must be an IM system where he... Okay, look at this. One light, no lights. This is too much. It's too many people. Too many people with this to be a coincidence. My scientific mind is saying, no way. No way. You guys tell me. You guys be the judge. If you can see them, I don't know if I'm getting them because I have the camera pointed, towards my face where I'm looking at the at what I'm filming. So sometimes it doesn't get it on camera. That's interesting. The kind of people that you see doing it. And it crosses all boundaries, all races. So not one race. And, there are Caucasian females that I think probably are involved. It's just by a rule. And, when I was in the apartment complex, those guys had a girlfriend, or had two girlfriends who were white. Because it was two guys, and they had two white girlfriends. And the girls were always... now I realize it was microwave hearing. At the time, I thought I could hear them just through the apartment, but it was microwave hearing. I'm figuring stuff out that, I didn't know anything about. But it was two white females, and they were completely just turn it off all the time. They would turn... There was one white female in the apartment above me, and she would turn it off. She would turn it off, just turn it all the way off. So it, proved that it was happening, because she would switch it off. She'd switch it off. She'd say, "Stop it," and she'd stop it. She wasn't playing around, Look, these cars without their lights on. No, that car, just running lights right there. She'd stomp her feet, and she would just switch it off. She'd switch it off, and he'd come over, and I'd hear him start, on the microwave hearing, yelling at her, and she's just yelling at him. It's true. As a rule, through this, I've seen Caucasian females, they hate this. Maybe females in general. And definitely guys don't, more guys don't care about it. They don't have as much empathy. And I think females have, or women, they have empathy built in. It's built in because they raise our kids. They have babies. So they have this built-in empathy where they're they don't want to see people hurt. It's an urgent instinct within them to actually help people. And that's why I hate for his wife, because I know she... it's just a everyday struggle for her too. I don't want to even say anything. There's that white car. He has a red shirt on, an African American male. I've seen him 3 times. I don't know. I just say that, and maybe y'all can tell me if your situation has somebody who's on your side trying to help you. Mine definitely does. It's not an all everybody against me thing. No lights, just running lights. I've seen that car 5 times now. They're just going up and down the same street, turning into side streets to kind of, to strategically come out of the side streets. It's interesting. I mean, it hurts. They've hurt me a lot and mutilated me and tortured me to where my life has, it's a lower quality, but I'm still fighting. I watched the Wolverine this morning, and I'm trying to just pump myself up to keep going. And they would watch that, on the microwave hearing, he would be clawing somebody or whatever, and they'd be like, "See, he's crazy." So if I'm watching something violent, they somehow, say that I'm crazy. They use that. It's this insane thing that doesn't make sense. I'm watching a movie, and they're shooting microwaves at my head, but I'm a violent, crazy person, There's a white car, no lights. Green car, no lights. I kind of want to say that about the girls, their girlfriends at the apartment, to let this lady know she's not alone. To let this nice woman know that there are other people who've done the exact thing that she's doing and didn't really succeed, Because they'll keep turning it back on. I almost want her just to calm down and not let them do it, Just so she can go about her life and raise her kids. And that's why I want to leave too. I want to leave because a lot of good people are getting hurt. It's not just me. This thing spreads its dirty black claws just around everything. And people drive around, trying to stalk people. But I have noticed that and maybe that's just in my case. But it has been Caucasian females. They want to stop it. If they're involved, they try and stop it. And maybe other females too. I'm sure the neighbor to this guy is a female, but she's of another race. I think she's maybe half Caucasian, half Hispanic or Latino. And she does not give a shit. She's on his side. She's supporting him. And I think he thinks that if he gets a woman to agree with him to do it, it strengthens his cause. It strengthens his cause because then it's like a female who can call the cops and act scared, and then they can really lie about it like that. So I think it's important. These guys think it's important to get women on their side to do this, because then it makes it seem less like a rape, less like a criminal thing, and more like something they have to do. And this lady, the lady next door to him, maybe not. Maybe it's not the lady next door. I keep saying that, so maybe she's not doing it. Maybe it's just another woman, but there is another female who is completely on his side. It may be a guy. It may be a guy that sounds like a woman. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's a female, though. I'm pretty sure it's a woman. And that helps him, It makes him feel like, it's more certain that they can do this stuff. Now it's lighter outside. I'm at about an hour on this. I realized that just a couple weeks ago, or just in this month, I'm living in an apartment, and the guys above me are doing it, and I think I hear them talking just regular. I was like, man, I hear the guys talking upstairs about it, but they were doing the microwave hearing too. Blue truck, no lights. I'm seeing a lot of people in the cars with no lights, and they have red shirts on. I guess they think red somehow psychologically, it's all kind of by the book, by a program, and they'll wear red hats and red shirts to show they're on the same team or whatever. I've gotten a lot of good footage. I hope y'all have seen these cars with their lights off. I keep seeing them. I'm not going to point the camera at them because I'm about to close it off here. There's a lot of stuff, and that's another point I want to make. Once you're kind of targeted, you'll look back at the beginning of it, even the beginning years of it, even the beginning 2 years. I look back and didn't have the context for what was going on, didn't even know how much they were remotely looking at me. And I was going to extended stays where I would do, I do private stuff, and they were remotely monitoring me. That car, no lights, seen it 5 times coming up and down the street. What are they doing? Like, are they running errands just on the street with no lights on, just a coincidence? And I don't want to say it's just Caucasian females. I think in general, females and women, they'd rail against this stuff because it is rape. It's a rape of a human being. It's shooting microwaves at them. And like, I think I have more feminine traits. Like, I would never do something like this. Gray car, no lights. That's the neighbor's car. No, it's not. It looks like her car. And it may not be the neighbor. It's a female that hangs around them all the time. And I think he'll loop some of the things that she said on the microwave hearing to give it a female voice. And he thinks that hurts me more psychologically, which it kind of does. It does, To know that somebody who would be more familiar with, really being violated. I think women rail against things that are very violating. This is violating my entire life. It's destroying my entire life and violating my privacy. And I think they have an instinct about this stuff. I think they're smarter than us. I think their empathy and their compassion makes them better than men. And that's probably straight from my situation that I have. Straight from the organized gang stalking. Orange light just turned orange, both of these lights. And I'm more feminine. Like, okay, city police right there. City police coming out on this street. I don't know how they'd have that timed or anything like that. You just see all the city police in this video. You'll see it in part 1 to the city police that have their lights on and their sirens are coming across. This car I've seen 3 times on this street. But it is. I think women are better. They're better equipped to be better people. I think in times of conflict and chaos and confusion, men They somehow, and I think some of them are not at fault at this. They're very filled with testosterone and aggression, and something like this could just be seen as like, punching somebody to death or something like that. They don't really see it as a violation and rape and murder and all this. Women sniff it out very quickly. It's sniffed out that this guy doesn't deserve this. This person's a human being, So, and I think that's I say Caucasian females, or Caucasian, I don't want to call them females. That's way too scientific. Caucasian women, just in my circumstance, have always railed against it. And that makes it worse for me because I told my post-traumatic stress counselor about that, and she, she can come up with a schizophrenia where the male voice in my head is trying to hurt me, and the female voice, look, just turned orange right there. And the female voice is trying to save me like it's some type of schizophrenia. Brown car with no lights on. Now the rain is slacked up though, so I don't know. Another brown car just pulled up beside it, no lights. And I've seen this gray car many times on this street today. It's the same cars over and over. And as I've driven up and down the street, I've seen them over and over. There's a gray, kind of grayish black truck with no lights on that I've seen a couple of times. Actually, I think it's dark blue. Dark blue. Yeah. After this situation, after organized gang stalking, and whatever my counselor wants to say, she can say it. But it's not schizophrenia. It's microwave hearing. It's remote ELF and stuff like that. I respect women just a lot more. I've always been more like a woman. Like I've always had a more feminine nature, not as much testosterone as other guys. I'm more. Whenever something comes up, I'm more apt to try and make peace and try and solve the situation with my brain than get aggressive and do something violent right off the bat. But I see other guys who it's kind of in their nature, like their chemicals and their testosterone makes them more prone to being convinced to do this stuff. But they also have a choice, that's just a feeling. It's a feeling. Even feminine emotions, masculine emotions, you still have a choice afterwards. You never are controlled by those chemicals in your body. You can't say that that's the reason. It pushes you a little bit. It pushes you a little bit more to one side or the other. But everybody has a choice. You have a choice to attack people. You have a choice to be implicit and, murder and ritualized abuse, ritualized rape. This is both. This is ritualized abuse, ritualized rape, ritualized attempted murder. They're ritualized. They want to hit me as hard in the head as they can to kill me. He's trying to turn it up to a lethal amount because he's militant and he is ex-military, and he's also feels like, I know enough now where he's kind of got to do it. He's kind of got to just go through with it and kill me. I think there are a lot of people, especially the person that said, okay, there's one light right there. Hope y'all can see that. But especially the people who only experience the attacks periodically. And I think there are those gang stalking experiences where it's periodically, it's like screwing with them. It's like, and I think that may be CIA guys or ex-FBI guys who really like this psychological thing, and they kind of think it's funny, This guy doesn't think it's funny. It's lost all of its humor now. At the beginning we kind of had a little bit of humor, and it was like just the EMF, so it wasn't really hurting anybody. It was just kind of keeping me awake. But now it's at a point where he's smashing in my head with ELF. He's going for murder. It's lost all of its humor. That's what he was trying from the start. Because they try and scare you. Their whole thing is to scare you and intimidate you. They don't want it to be funny. They don't want you to joke around with them. So if you want to piss them off, joking around is great. And I'm going to do that. I've watched Alex Jones, how he goes on his rants. And he's like, I'm going to take control and rape you. Hail Satan. New World Order. I'm watching you while you take a bath. There's a white car with no lights on. Seen them a bunch. It is an African-American male who was covering his face as he drove by. They cover their faces with phones or their hands. I guess they know I have a camera or whatever, some of them. Running lights on, the white truck right there, running lights on. Or not the truck, but the car. Just the running lights. That car that I've seen now 6 times. Lights off, African American male. Yellow car, just the running lights on. Just running lights, so their lights, both of them must be broken. This is, I'm glad I'm getting this all on tape. This is great. And also, when I start making these tapes and I start just talking, I start realizing more. Just like that thing about the people above me in the apartment and the 2 girls who were really against it. It was 2 white females. I keep saying females, that's too scientific. 1 light, no lights. I think that's actually an insult to women. I should say women. Females is like what some kind of gangstified guy says when he's trying to pick up girls. Getting the female. I've seen that truck. Okay, that's the 4th time. 2 African American males in the car. That's the 4th time I've seen it driving up and down the street. It's like, you know, the guys at the bar and they're like, we're gonna pick up some females, and it's totally just dejecting. It just dejects women. Females. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up some females. We're gonna go around and pick up some females. We're getting the females, drink some beer, give them some beer, females. It's like a scientific, like they're hunting them or something. I'll say women to respect them. Much respect to women. I got much respect for women. The most respect in my life to anybody is to women. Women just in all professions. They do, and I realize this in this experience, and we can learn from this in this experience. They have built-in empathy, built-in compassion, and then they can make it even more if they make the right choice. Like I've seen this lady. I don't want to talk about her because, you know, I don't want to make she has nothing. She should have nothing to do with this. She should be raising her daughters and not have anything to do with any of this. Like it's nasty. Like I wish her husband. I don't think her husband understands how women are. You know, how they are and how they're built and how this is terrifying for them. To see somebody murdered or hurt, every instinct in their body, no lights, run lights, no lights, no lights. Well, now I think people are turning off their lights. Okay, now I think people are just turning off their lights. Up, 1 light right there. 1 light and running lights right there. If I just keep driving up and down the street, I'll just keep seeing the same cars with their lights off. But we need to understand that. Like this situation helps me understand. Women have built-in compassion, built-in empathy. And then if they're good people, it's even more. It's even more empathetic, more compassionate. And they use it to raise our kids, you know, to take care of our kids, to take care of people in general. And I guess guys are more destroyers, you know. They're destroyers, they don't care, you know. And then that can go further, too. It's like they can have testosterone and be like, rah, 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 but then make a choice to calm down and not hurt people. But then they can also make a choice to bring it further, to bring their violence and their testosterone even further and kill people, control and rape. That's Alex Jones right there. That's complete Alex Jones. I was doing that all this morning. I'm a Satan worshiper. I can do anything I want. I'm hiding in my house, and if you do anything, you'll look crazy. But I can murder. Murder America. Murder Americans. I'm in control. I'm in control now. Now I'm seeing a lot of people with their lights off. It stopped raining, so no need to videotape them anymore. I hope I got some good footage of some proof, somewhat. And you know, I don't know, it could just be people who've decided not to turn their lights on in the pouring down dark rain. I don't think so. So much of this stuff is going on, and you know, I see so many U.S. Army license plates who, you know, have 1 light on or whatever. It's sad because I respect U.S. Army. I respect soldiers. They fought for our freedom time and time again. I tried to become a soldier. I tried to get in the Army, but I have Crohn's, so I couldn't. So I tried to do the only thing that I could, which was help sick people. Look, Orange light right when I'm driving up to it, and the light after. I don't know if this proves anything to you guys, but it happens a lot. And they'll turn green a lot quicker. Because it can only hold it on a 20-second or a 30-second timer. What I did, and they don't respect me. Army people, you know, if I'm not in the Army, it's like I haven't gone through what they've gone through. But, yeah, see how quick it was? It turned green. Yeah, that's all the time for me. So this guy's got basically the city, and even if I go outside of the city to another city in the state, you know, it shows up there. So they've got tentacles. It's a matrix with the cameras on the lights and everything. Technology has made organized gang stalking an easy thing to do, sitting at a computerized station. These are 1, 2 people with just their running lights on. That's very suspicious to me. The people without their lights on now aren't so suspicious. Here's a car, just its running lights on. I mean, I'm just saying it. Oh, it's just right, boom, 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 right, one after another. It's not like I'm looking for this stuff. It's hitting me in the face. This stuff is hitting me in the face, and that's how this guy is. So I want to videotape my stuff because my guy is like hit you in the face with it. He's got some chairs and some 4x4s, and he's gonna hit you in the face with whatever he has. So I'm a good example to videotape my stuff, you know. I hear him on the microwave hearing, fuck this guy, fucking, they've got so much hate for me. And it's a lot of testosterone. You know, the guy that's across the street is a plumber. I think he's taking some days off or whatever to help the guy sometimes. I think maybe he gets paid for it. Maybe he's going to try and get on a payroll for him. I don't know. But he didn't even know me. You know, he didn't know anything that was going on. And the guy next door to me, the ex-military guy that's running it all, I guess somehow convinced him. And this guy was into it. He's like, fuck this guy. Let's get him. Tear him apart. Microwave his body. I mean, he's saying burn this guy. I've heard him say, let's burn him. And he's actually, if the ex-military guy wants to know, he's the most dangerous guy. Because I can tell when he's shooting his stuff across the street. He hits the most dangerous stuff. He's the best at it. I think if he gave him that satellite station, he would get some good results. That guy I guess he can see very good or something. I guess saying all this is very dangerous for me, but it's gonna be dangerous no matter what, because they have got mobs of people that don't mind fucking up my life. I do at these times. I feel like I'm gonna have to move. It's not about winning. It's not about proving anything. Yeah, proved enough, huh? I've proved enough. My dad is brain dead. He's not brain dead. He's healing up. He can talk. He doesn't. It's like the part of his brain got hurt where your personality's at. So he's a different guy, and he's still my dad. He's still awesome, but I proved enough, huh? I proved I can smoke pot and insult some people, you know, get into it with some Masons or whatever, and make my dad brain dead. That's me. I did that. I'm responsible for that. And it seems like the more I stay here, the more responsible I am for people getting hurt. Because this guy's not going to take responsibility. That's a Spider-Man thing. That's a Spider-Man thing talking. All these superhero movies, it's like I'm not delusional about it. I try and take things that I learn and put them in my real life. And that Spider-Man thing gets me bad because he does something indirectly to hurt his Uncle Ben. And I look at my dad, and he has he has a personality. You don't know if he's hurting or if he's going to practice at it. We're going to this place that could maybe reinvigorate that part of his mind that has no personality. But he's not, he's cold, and it's not that he's cold. He's just like, hello, I love you too, and he's trying, but it's just like this part on your left side. That's your personality right there. They hit me a lot with the microwaves on that side because of my jaw. And I think also they want to hurt that part. They want to hurt your, they probably study the brain and what parts or what. Kind of like serial killers. So we've got normal U.S. military or ex-military who've now become serial killer type people, mutilating American citizens in their homes in their sleep. I mean, that's what we have in our country now. So anybody watching this who doesn't know about organized gang stalking, this is very true. This stuff really goes on, and it hurts a lot of people. Look, they got the light right here, that arrow. They got the arrow. They have to get the arrow before the main light, but they got the arrow. So this guy's watching me so closely that he can hit a green light and make it turn red. And this is all the time. He watches me all the time this closely. It's a rape and a violation of my human rights and my rights as an American citizen. Right to life, liberty, and happiness. We all have the right to life, liberty, and happiness. I don't even know if my dad could be happy anymore. I don't know if he has, like, his brain has been damaged to where he's alive and he can talk and he can move around and he can use the bathroom. But can he be happy again? Like, could he be happy? And my brother's smarter than me. He cries all the time about it, and I don't want to out him like that. It's like I'm so burnt sometimes. I can't even think about it. I can't even go there, And it's my fault. My family is obviously, and everybody, all the people who are trying to help me are obviously like, no, that just happened to your dad. But as targeted individuals and how you're hit with microwaves and how I had personal defenders on and they can hit me in my house, in my parents' house, a lot better than they can hit me anywhere else. I've got superior doubts. Okay, there's either a city police, no, it's a sheriff. Got a sheriff's car. I'm surprised they're not pulling me over if they see this camera, because I shouldn't be videotaping stuff. They'd be like, that's dangerous. But they don't. I think it's like they'll drive by me, but they're too. It's like they won't stop me or get involved in it because they know that it's what it's all about. And you can't really mix that with the real law. You can't mix that with real policemen trying to help people. That's our saving grace. Our saving grace. There's the orange arrow right when I'm driving up to this light. Every time. He's getting it on a good timing. He has good timing right now. And then the light turns orange. I'll go through it. Yeah. So that's what I've gotten out of this. My dad being brain damaged. And all the good people who want to do good. I watch them. I watch them involved in this. I watch my mom. I watch this guy's wife. I watch good people suffer. And the only people who get a thrill from this are bad people who they have murder in their hearts, and they know the guy's lying, and they want to lie along with him because it feels like power. So I've gotten involved with something and smoked weed and gotten involved in something that's hurt a lot of innocent people. It's hurt a lot of, and the people at the helm of it, they could give a crap. They're really they're responsible directly, but indirectly, me doing that, and I smoked weed, and I said either my neighbors will give me crap about it, or I'll go to jail, or I'll have a fine. And I thought it out. Before I did it. I could have never imagined this. My dad being brain damaged, like my brother's torn apart from it. Him and my mom are trying to make money for the family to try and keep us afloat. Just to keep us afloat. And I don't see how I can get a job with this. If he can activate all these people in these cars by IM, it's like wherever I work, there'd maybe be, look, there's an orange light. Yeah, I just heard the woman that he's got to go now. See, they've taken what I've done today and they're trying to twist it into he's got to go now. We've got to cover it up now. We have to put him away now. They do that with everything. You know, if I get anything videotaped or I do whatever I do, he's got to go now. It doesn't make any sense. It's just violence. Maybe some women have a lot of testosterone in them. I don't know. Maybe so, because this woman, it's kind of a woman-man voice. I don't know. I don't mean to insult her. Actually, she's trying to murder me, and she's agreeing with him completely, so I really don't care about her, actually. Because she's trying to murder me. She would have me dead. So I guess, really, I don't care if I insult her. That's why I don't care. That's why I say mean things about her. And I could really be judged for that, you know, because she's a woman. So if I say anything, I said the W word, whore. You know, when I was screaming at the wall and throwing things at the wall, and that can really get me. That guy has probably gotten so much traction off of that it's not funny. But she's trying to murder me. I mean, she's trying to murder me, so it's like she is a whore. Whoops. Whoopsie doodle. Whoopsie doodles. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's bad. See, take that. I'm a very human guy. I'm a very human guy, and I'm easily set off, and I'm easily willing to try and speak my mind. Like I won't hurt anybody or do violence to people, but like I'll yell and I'll speak my mind because I'm very into human rights. So I mean, they picked me for that reason. The old guy who started this off in the apartments. Old trashy guy. He was looking at girls in their apartments naked, and he saw how, you know, I've been through Crohn's disease. I've been through like you know, a lot of illness. So, you know, I'm easily set off. I don't have a good temperament. I don't have a great temperament. I'm very emotional, and he saw that. He saw how good of a target I'd be. Now this guy who's doing this military guy who is destroying my life, he's controlled. He doesn't have emotions. Like, he's a murderer. He'll murder you and just step over your dead body and no big deal. So he has a great control over... He doesn't have emotions to control. So there's no need to control him, you know. So, I mean, they know that they've got a great target. And I'll be set off by, you know, people doing the microwave hearing and stuff. So they've got a great target. And that's why I did a video, and I know this is talking about another comic book movie. But have you seen the X-Men, Days of Future Past? They send Wolverine back into his younger body in the past, and he's talking to Charles Xavier in the past, and he's like, I'm not the guy. You know, Charles Xavier, he's like, you're not the right guy that they sent, because he can't help. He can't do for Charles Xavier what he did for him, you know, controlling his rage and all this. And that's why I say it. I'm not the guy. Like, I'm not a good specimen for this to help us all. That's why I'm making videos, and in the end, he does. He is the right person. And that's kind of like it is. I'm not the right guy. There are tons of Professor X's out there who can figure this out and legally help us. And I know it. I know these videos, and in the end, I will help. I will help. So it's a very, you know, I'm not the guy, but I am the guy, you know, because I'm here and I'm doing it anyway. And that really hit me. It hit me. And, you know, I don't like take everything from movies and put it into my real life. I know I do make a lot of metaphors. But I feel like that. I feel like I'm not the guy, but I am the guy because I'm here. And that's exactly what he is. Like, he's not the guy, but he's here. He's the one doing it. So I have to be the guy. I have to be the guy to get all you really smart people, you Professor X's who can figure this out and save us. I'm trying to, you know, give y'all something to go off of. Alright, I'm back at my house. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the video. It's kind of at a point where people could have their lights on or off. That was, if those people really are involved and complicit in this and helping him, it has to be on like some kind of IM system. They must have some kind of a group, you know, that they can get on and do this to people. There's no way it's by phone. No way it's by text message. Or unless it's like a multiple people text message. I really do. I think that's something. I did this to my dad because some guy, what eventually happened is they all didn't like me because I was smoking weed at the apartment. Some guy spit on my car, and then I spit on his car. And then it got escalated, because then they had me. They said that they didn't do anything and that I just spit on his car, and that's where it all started. I saw, actually, and this will mark me more for seeing stuff on TV, I saw an interview by Johnny Depp's mom, or no, Johnny Depp, and he said that a bully came up to him in the schoolyard and punched him in the face, and then he talked to his mom, and his mom said, well, you know, when you get hit by a bully, you punch him back. And that's why I spit on the guy's car, because I was like, well, I'm going to show him that he can't do this. And it was the dumbest mistake of my life. God agrees. You have to be smarter than punching somebody back in the face, I guess. I have dreams about this ex-military guy coming over and trying to tell me something, and just me going, hey, come closer. Come closer. And then just really quickly hitting him in the face. And that's dumb. He could sue me, you know. That's what they try and do. They try and get your animalistic side to where you want to fight back. And I'll be honest about my human emotions. That's just how I am. I probably said some stuff on these videos that's just like, if I looked at it, I'm like, oh my God, did I say that? But, you know, my life is they're killing me right now. It's a lot of people killing me, and they're okay with it because they're using hidden technology, you know, to make me look crazy. So nobody will believe this. But I've got a request from you. If you're not a targeted individual, I know if you are, you see this stuff and you're like, right on the money. They're doing that stuff. No questions. No questions. But I do know if you're not a targeted individual and you're just kind of a voyeur looking at this stuff, you might be like, that guy is nuts. He's paranoid. I've got a request from you, especially if you're somebody like a lawyer or somebody who knows how to lobby Congress members or Senate members. Please believe me. Please. It's destroyed a lot of lives. A lot of good lives have been destroyed from this. And I've got to act on that. I've got to act on just that. The good people whose lives are being completely destroyed. I can't act on these people trying to murder and kill and control. So, my dad, man. Alright, okay, that was some silence. That was awkward silence. Okay, this is an hour and 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and shut it off, guys. Live long and prosper, and also God bless you. God bless you in what you're doing. I hope my videos help you. Also, another shout out to everybody leaving comments. I just see the comments and I'm like, oh my gosh, even if I was just this idiot ranting, and which I'm not, you know, but even if I didn't make any sense and I was being hurt and I didn't make any sense on these videos, I see the comments and I see all the websites that people are leading other people to, all the products, you know, maybe they can give you something cheaper than what I've offered in the videos, what I've said to get. But I hope your struggles are going better, or not better than mine. Mine's okay. You know, they're not killing me. They're hurting me pretty bad with ELF. And then you just saw that. But it's like I reacted to it like I'm not like, oh, there are people out to get me. I'm gonna drive away from them. I'm like, get the camera out, you know? And I guess that's the same thing. They want to act like that's the same thing as just getting set off, you know? Yeah, on the microwave hearing, they're just like, he's gotta go. He's just gotta go. I haven't done anything to them. They've tried to murder me. They've damaged my dad's head, his brain, and they've cost my family hundreds of thousands of dollars. They've cost me tens of thousands of dollars. And then they're like, he's gotta go from here, and they're insulted. It's completely ridiculous. Yeah, it's completely ridiculous. Can't be alone in America anymore. You can't live alone or have an autoimmune disease and decide to, you know, kind of take it easy and be alone and not go out a lot. Because this happens. Now I don't go out ever. I'm always alone. my best friend, you know, we don't even talk anymore because I mentioned this. And I remember a guy on a blog or a webcast. He was like, you know, these people that are being hit, they're isolated, they're alone, don't have a good support system, friends and family. And he's like, and once this shit starts, you know, they have less, you know. Alright, my battery's getting low. I really do love you guys. I really do love you. I mean, as much as I could love my parents and my brother, you're family to me now. If there are any cute girls who are targeted individuals, I'm just joking. I'm joking. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. Get my phone on a charger. But I'll be putting this video out soon with other ones. God bless you guys. And be strong. Be stronger than this. We're built to be stronger than this. And God has made sure of that. God agrees. Hear the thunder. Alright, I love you guys. I wish I could just talk all day. I wish I could have a video camera just on me and then edit, you know, the parts where it's bad. And I'll try and figure out that, I think, with my camera. Alright guys, and the popcorn thing didn't work. You know, it didn't work good. I think maybe they were turning it off when I had it near my head, you know. So they're right there. They're right there with the equipment, doing it. So, alright, I love you guys. God bless you. God bless you. By the blood of Jesus Christ, man, let's try and help each other. Let's try and get through this and get it to disappear. Tell enough senators, representatives, lawyers, and police that we can actually get help. That's kind of my point for putting out the information, just to put it out there, and then I'm hoping somebody smarter than me can use it. I'm trying to convince my own family, so, and I know you guys are too. I'm just trying to convince my family, and not even at that, because it worries them and it makes their life way more complicated. Because, you know, I'm telling my mom these people are murdering me in my house, and she's going around and she works for a cancer, you know, supporting cancer victims organization, and she's trying to hold that business together, and I'm trying to help her do that. I was at the computer, you know, inputting information on donations to our cancer, to the cancer patients, and this guy was like, I heard him on the microwave hearing shooting ELF into my head, you know, hey, we've got it good now, and just insane. Just insane. My mom was like right above me, like right over my shoulder, and they're shooting ELF, powerful radiation, and they don't care. He doesn't care about my mom. See, that's the thing. It's like he doesn't care, and nobody faults him for it. You know, nobody's like, wow, you know, you're a piece of shit. You're killing people. You know, they just, it's him. You know, they're like, yeah, this is just you. You're just doing this. You're just killing people, and it's just him because he's such a psychopath. It's like people would fault me. I'll be at fault, and people will get hurt. And that's what I feel like, I guess. That may not be right, but alright guys, I love you. God bless. The videos take so long to upload, and I try and make short ones, but then I do this kind of stuff. But it's good. It's good to get it out there, and I'll be making way more videos. I'll just be recording everything. And I look back, I'll make another video about what I just wanted to say. I love you guys. Take care.